I'm back. So since the 30 is back to normal, I'm gonna be working on the truck some more, waiting on some parts and things, so I'm gonna work on interior. So I got these Braum seats for super cheap, and I'm going to make the factory sliders and mounts work for these. So these sliders bolt in from the side, and these are bottom mount. So I'm going to take these off, see if I can cut the mount, and then just fold it over and weld it, and then bolt it on here. Hopefully it's that easy. I got this one side all cleaned up. Obviously need to do the other side and the whole other seat, but this is what I'm thinking. I drilled out and cut off the rivets holding the reclining piece from the side, so I can use this and then somehow get it attached onto here. So I'm thinking I'll just have just a little piece. It'll be like this, but just a little piece that I can weld on to here with a little bolt hole there and a little bolt hole there. So I think as long as the measurements are correct, then that should work, and then it'll be really easy to just bolt it in there, bolt in there, and then put the seat in like normal, and then I retain all of the factory slider stuff. Okay, so I just sat the seat in here and kind of was sitting in it and trying to figure out the right angle. So what I'm gonna do is I want this, I need about 1 inch to clear the slider. But what I'm gonna do is make it 2 inches taller to angle the seat back a little bit, and then this one will be flush on the back. So it should be clearing everything, and it'll give it a nice, comfortable position. I wanted to make these seat mounts nice and strong, so I think this is some 1/4 inch material. And then how I'm bending it is I cut almost all the way through it at kind of a 45-degree angle, and then smashed it over, and that turned out really nice. So I'm going to do the same thing, cut the V in here, and then fold it over and do it on this one as well. side in. It's all bolted in, nice and sturdy. Doing a test fit before I take it apart and paint these where I welded. Slider works. It's a nice, comfortable, like laid back position. A little bit more laid back than this. Okay, I didn't film it since it was basically just a copy of the passenger seat, but I have the driver's seat all made up, the mounts. There's that. It all works good like it should. Slides back and forth with the factory sliders. That's awesome. So yeah, really stoked on how the interior is coming. So I think I'm going to be working on getting leaf mounts finalized the rest of this week. So that one, I just need to get proper bolts. These are just on there, first couple threads. It's not the right thread pitch. I can get those. I got this bigger U-bolt for this casting area on the axle, so I need to get that all tightened down. I'll probably cut these leaf mounts off. If I can save them, I'll save them for the rear because I think they will work perfect for the rear, but if I can't, I'll just make or order some new ones. I'm going to take out this steering arm. I've got these Heim joints that I'm going to replace the ones that are on there with, because I have like no distance away from the diff cover. And I don't really want to do like a bent arm or anything like that. So I'm gonna get these on. Hopefully the inch or so offset is gonna be enough. I think it should. I'm not too far off right now. Okay, got it all back in. It's not aligned at all, but with turning the wheel till the stop on the axle hits, we're now just a little bit gapped, so it's like perfect. Not too far out, but far enough out. So yeah, really stoked that that worked out. And then I'll use these Heim joints to, hopefully, I'll probably have to space up a little bit just to clear space up, probably about right there. And then hopefully just go right over the top of these leaf springs. If that doesn't work, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because yeah, I might have to do a little bend or something, do a bend just a little bit higher angle, and then just to go over the leaf springs, because the steering arm is gonna be something like that, so it'll be nice and shallow angle, but I don't know how close I can get to the wheel. I guess I can put on some wheel spacers or get some different wheels that stick out further, but that would make this thing even wider than it already is, and it's already pretty wide. So I don't know, I will figure that out when I come to that. But I also got a couple other parts. So these are pinion flanges that will replace the normal Ford and Dodge and whatever American axle stuff. So this should bolt onto the Toyota axle flange, or the drive shaft flanges. So I'm gonna work on getting those on. Okay, got this one off. This new pinion came with a new seal, which it probably needs it, so I'm gonna swap that out. Okay, that's at least good enough for now. Probably have to get that torqued up, but it's installed. Okay, so this is the drive shaft that I shortened for the Toyota axle, which that pinion I think sat somewhere like right here. So this needs to be shortened again. At this point, because it's going to be more permanent, I will probably take it somewhere and get it shortened. Just have them cut where I cut and re-shorten it and balance it and everything, get it all good to go. And then I'll also get the front one. Apparently I don't have the right socket for this. It is a 1 5/16. I have a 1 1/4 and a 1 1/2, and it is literally exactly right between the two. So I'm gonna have to go tomorrow on my way home from work and grab the socket for that. But anyway, glad I got that one on. Really stoked on that. Okay, got my $20 socket. 34 mil or 1 5/16. Hopefully this will fit right here. Let's see. Oh, perfect. I'll get that off now. I don't know if this little impact is gonna get it. So since I don't have a bigger impact, this is about the biggest one I have, this is what I just came up with, and it worked. I got the nut loose, so I did this pipe wrench around there, stuck it on the leaf spring so it wouldn't move the truck, and there we go. Took some kicking, but now should be able to use this little guy. For how little this is, these things work really good. Boom. Okay, I don't know if you saw that on the time lapse, but I got the seal out, and that is a bunch of water. I know this thing was sitting for a while, and I was told by the guys that I got it from. And no wonder why the seal was so hard to get out. That it was RTV'd in. So that's cool. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to flush out this diff when I am ready to drive. But yeah, that's fun. There was quite a bit of water that came out. I thought it looked a little milky, and I was like, whatever. Changing the fluid anyway. But now I'm definitely going to change the fluid. Bearing feels good. The diff oil that came out of the rear when I did that pinion was super clean, so I was hoping that was going to be the same with this, but it doesn't look like it. I don't know why they RTV'd it. This surface feels really smooth. Not sure what's up with that, but I'll clean it up a little bit and get the new seal popped on. Okay, found the limit of 1/4" drive to half adapter. Luckily, it got all the way on. I think that's fully tight. There's no up and down or back and forth movement. It's just the engagement. Might need to be a little bit tighter, but it's pretty close. This movement is highly exaggerated because of the U-joint that's bad on that side. So really it's like less than that. I can see the U-joint moving just a little bit back and forth. So that is how bad that U-joint is. Both U-joints, really. This side's also loose, not quite as bad as that side, but this side's definitely worse. And I'll have to check the torque on this. It's supposed to be 250 foot-pounds. This thing cannot put out that, so check the torque on that. Oh, getting to the point. I'm getting close. The list of things before it can drive is getting smaller. Really excited on that. So really, the few things I have to buy, gotta get the oil pan that gets out of the way. I have to get the tubing to connect the steering. I need to get some brake line parts, front shocks after I figure out the measurement, which I think I'm gonna use. I kind of mocked up this rear that doesn't really fit, but the length of it is pretty good. Probably just do that. So I need to get those, and that's kind of it for the big stuff. I think that is it for the big stuff, and then it's just a bunch of little things, getting everything tidied up, get this cooler out of the way, it's constantly in the way. Yeah, so that's where I'm at right now.